This is The Dose of It, starring Priscilla and Taylor.
Please keep in mind, we are not medical professionals.
Hey besties, welcome back to The Dose of It, your go-to spot for all the tea, weight loss, and the glow-up journey, GLP1 edition.
Yay.
Now, on last week's episode, me and Miss Tay talked about a giveaway, and one thing about us, girl, we're standing on business. We want to say a massive thank you to everyone who entered, everyone who shared our videos, who shared our Spotify's, everything. We love you, we see you, and we appreciate the support, and we do this for you guys.
Yes, we are so appreciative of you guys, and we had like more entries than I think we thought we would. Like there was like quite a few people who like tagged and like posted that they were listening to our podcast, which I thought was like so sweet. So we took all of the entries and we put them into like a randomizer, and we have a freaking winner. So,
yes, I'm gonna drum her like this.
I was gonna say, can we get like a little drum roll? Okay, Are we ready? Oh, okay. The winner is.
I have one.
The winner is.
Say.
You better. The winner is Olivia Schill.
Yeah. Now, if you did not win this time, girl, don't worry, because me and Tay, we've got more to give away. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss it, girl. You don't want to miss it.
That kind of rhymed. Me and Tay, we have a lot to give away. Wait,
am I a rapper?
Are we rappers? Yeah.
Yes, girl. So stay tuned. Make sure you're following us on Instagram, TikTok. Also, can we talk about our TikTok? Can you get 1,000 followers?
Yes. Oh my God, guys. Like, thank you guys so much. 1,000 of you like went over and like found our TikTok, or like you're new here, and like we're so appreciative.
We're so happy you're here, you guys.
Yeah, I'm freak. I literally can't believe we had 1,000 followers already. So make sure that you're checking your DM, Olivia. We will send you a DM with all of the information about what you won. And we're
congrats, Olivia!
Thank you for entering.
Yay!
Yes, congratulations. So before we get into like the meat of our podcast today, Pris,
because we're hungry, girl. We're hungry.
We're hungry today. We're starving.
Okay, anyways.
Did you just... What was that? Anyways, girl, let's talk about the elephant in the room. And it's not me.
And it's not me either, girl, because I'm skinny now.
Bitch, do we see my lips?
Oh my gosh, do we see your lips? I know you lying, girl. Yeah, I know you lying. Miss Tay, can we just like admire the lips for just 2 seconds? Let's watch them. Let's look at them. Look at them go.
Okay,
look at them
ready?
Go. Damn.
Damn.
Girl, your lips are fire.
Thank you. So if you have no idea what Pris and I are talking about, I made an impulsive decision today to go and get lip filler.
Her lips on her face, by the way, if you're wondering.
Oh, yeah. Those lips are...
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Okay. So, yeah, the lips on my face. Went ahead and got those girlies filled. I did a full syringe, and they're a little swollen right now. Like, I literally just got them done like a few hours ago.
They look good. Judge. No, y'all, whenever I got my lips done, I look like I got in a fight. Like, straight up, like I got jumped. So your lips look so fire.
Thank you. No, yeah, Pris showed me the pictures of hers, and I was so scared. Like, she was all bruised, and like,
I was. Like... But now they look like this, so we're good.
Oh,
and this is a year later, so like, honestly, I love them.
Girl, like, I want to kiss you.
Me too. Let's do it.
I can't make a kissy face. Wait.
Your lips are all stiff.
I really struggled. Yeah, they are stiff.
But yeah, this is your sign. If you're listening to this podcast right now and you've been wanting to do something nice for yourself, go do it. Because, hey, how do you feel after getting your lips done?
Girl, I just feel like a baddie. Like, honestly, like, getting my lips done has been something... Thank you. Like, getting my lips done has always been something I've wanted to do. And, like, not that it was, like, an insecurity, but, like, I've just always felt like my lips could be a little bit bigger for my face. And I love them. I feel like... Oh, thank you. I just feel so good about myself that I got them done. And,
I mean, I already had a crush on you, but now I need to kiss you.
Okay, well, come over here. You know, but if like this is like a sign, like if you've been wanting to treat yourself, definitely go out there, whether it's your nails, you want lip filler, you want some Botox, whatever it may be, girl, the tanning bed, whatever you are feeling, a spray tan, whatever you want, girl, go treat yourself.
Man, everything.
A man, some, you know, pipe, whatever you... All right, Pris. So we are diving into today what the hell we're eating on a GLP-1. Are you excited to talk about what we're eating?
Oh, I'm excited because one thing about me and Tay, girl, we leave no crumbs on. I just had a brain aneurysm. Oh no. We leave no crumbs when it comes to eating and when it comes to serving. So we're ready to talk about what we're eating, girl.
Yes, we are so excited. And girl, like I promise you there's fries involved, there's ice cream involved. Like your girl literally, because when I got my lips done, my lips were hurting. I stopped at Dairy Queen this morning. I don't care. I had a blizzard at like 11 a.m. Yes, and
Yes, yes, and listen to your body, girl. If your body's hungry, go and feed it. Please don't. Don't try to deny that it's hungry. Don't try to fight it, because when I'm hungry, I eat because my body wants to eat. So why am I not going to nurture it?
ain't that the truth? And that's what the hell we're diving into today. I'm super excited to talk about it. So I think a lot of like a misconception about like being on GLP-1s, and we've kind of dived into this on the past 3 episodes, is that people think that we shouldn't eat, or people think that hunger just disappears when you're on a GLP-1. And that's just like not the case. Like, yes, your food noise goes away. So like we're not constantly thinking about food, but we're still gonna feel hungry. So, I mean, you still feel hungry, right, Pris?
I still feel hungry. Honestly, I do. And I think so. I've noticed, right? And I don't know, you tell me if you feel the same way. When I used to plan like going out to eat with my friends, or like going out to eat with my boyfriend, whatever it might be, I had it in my head, we were going to go out to eat, and I had to like look through the menu so I could start craving it now, because I needed to know what I was going to go eat. Now I'm like, okay, let's go to this, let's go eat out here. But I'm not worried about like the food. I'm kind of like, as I go, when I get there, I realize, okay, what am I going to eat today? But I'm not like obsessed with food. I was obsessed with food to the point where I could not stop eating. Like I knew I was full, but for some reason, when I would look at the plate, when I would look at what I'm eating, I'm like, I have to eat it all. I have to. If I didn't eat it all, I was like, I'm gonna die. And now I'm to the point, I think, where I can eat and feel full and then walk away, and I don't have to take leftovers. I don't have to eat it all. Like, I'm good.
Yeah, no, I love that. And that's definitely something that like being on a GLP-1 is about, is it's like learning a healthy relationship with food. And I think a lot of people don't realize that a healthy relationship with food is not eating. Okay, you have to eat. In order to develop a healthy relationship with food, you have to eat.
Oh yeah.
So, we're diving into what the hell we're eating on a GLP-1 today. So,
yes.
I would love to ask you and kind of open up with, what did your eating habits look like prior to being on GLP-1? I know you kind of just said like, when you go to restaurants, but I know like you could probably dive even deeper into that. Like, what was food like for you?
Oh yeah.
Before GLP?
My relationship with food was toxic. I've never been in a toxic relationship, but with food, I have. And I will tell you why, girl, because anytime I felt any sort of emotion, whether it was happiness, depression, I needed to eat it. And I could not stop. And for some reason, I felt like it was filling a void that was always there. So every time I would feel, excitement, if I, got a promotion, or if I did something huge that day and I needed to reward myself, it was always with food. And after I would eat my heart out, I'd feel so sick, and I'd be like, why did I just do that? Like, what was the purpose of me doing that? And I would do that. It was like a cycle. It was continuously going on. And I think that's why I got to the point where I needed to be like, I cannot do this anymore. I need to like reflect on what I'm doing and figure out how to get past this.
Yeah.
But I want to know, like, what was your relationship with food like before starting your GLP-1?
Yeah. My relationship with food before a GLP-1 was very similar to like what you said. Like, I was just constantly thinking about food. Like, there were times where like I would wake up at 6 a.m. and be like, oh my God, like McDonald's breakfast is going on right now. Like, you're getting up and you're going to get a hash brown. Like, it was just constant, like never ending, like just thoughts about food. I would kind of like what you said as well, is like you couldn't, even though that there was like food in front of you and you knew that you were full, you would continue eating. And I think like I'm kind of honestly going to touch like on like a little bit of like childhood trauma, like low key. Growing up, and I know a lot of parents were like this, because like food wasn't cheap growing up, right? My parents would tell me, you're not allowed to leave this table until all the food on your plate is done.
Yeah.
And to me, that didn't really that didn't teach me like healthy relationships with food growing up. And so I just kind of think I developed a mentality of like, I have to finish all the food on my plate.
Yeah, absolutely.
I paid for it. I paid for it, or I made the dinner, like whatever it may have been. Like, I'm at this restaurant, I have to finish the food on my plate. So it was just a very like unhealthy relationship with food, like just constantly, needing to finish every single thing, overeating. Like I would finish like, I would go to Texas Roadhouse. Like I would finish a full, like I would have all the rolls, I would have an appetizer in my meal. I would get home and think, I need a sweet treat.
Like, what can I eat that's sweet right now?
Yeah, like what can I, like I'm craving something sweet, like what can I eat next? It was just, I mean, I literally can't even begin to tell you that it was constant thinking about food. And it's been such a relief for me to like not hear that anymore. And I think sometimes I'm really hard on myself, like, and maybe you can relate to this too, like the last few weeks we've kind of been having some food noise. Nothing compares though to how bad it used to be. Now that I'm really thinking about it, that food noise, it was so bad. Like I was binging, I was eating about 5,000 calories in one sitting. So honestly, like thinking about the food noise now compared to like what it used to be, I feel like it's improved.
Oh, absolutely. And like, I know that you brought up like trauma, and as whenever you said that, it kind of made me think about the fact that when I grew up, like I struggled a lot with feeling like I couldn't eat because I was getting judged by, somebody around me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like,
Yeah.
and it's not just like in a Hispanic household. I think it happens a lot, as a child, like through different, I don't even know what the word is, but I don't think it's just a Hispanic household that, this happens at, but, I was obviously grown up there. So like I would
Mm-hmm.
get, the food that I was going to eat that day, and I'd go to the table, and then I'd have my dad look over and be like, you're going to eat all of that? Like, you're really going to eat all of that? And I'd be like, oh my
Oh
God,
my
I'm
goodness.
fat. So I think now, I think
Yeah.
my relationship with food was never healthy, because now that I'm able to, eat privately or eat what I want, I can just binge it, and I feel like I feel like I can eat it, so I should eat it. And I think that was something that I had to work through a lot as well.
Yeah. Well, and I think like we were on FaceTime earlier, but like we'll talk about this too. Is like I was telling you, like letting you in on a little bit of like trauma is that growing up, like and I don't really like, I don't hate her for it or anything like that, but my parents would lock the cabinets like with the food in it. And at the end of the day, like, I don't really know if it's because, like, I was sneaking food, like, and, I was getting snacks or whatever when I wasn't supposed to be eating. We weren't really like a snacking household. So, like, I don't really, we were kind of told, like, not to snack. And again, like, groceries were expensive. So, like, we weren't really allowed to, like, eat food unless it was, like, she was
Mm-hmm.
making dinner or whatever it may have been. So, also growing up, like, having the cabinets locked, like, kind of the
Mm-hmm.
same thing. Like, you don't really develop a healthy relationship with food because when I got older and I got into my own apartment and when I was 18, when I became 18 and I had my own money and stuff, that's when I gained the most weight. And that's when I got the heaviest that I've been. Is I had my own money and I didn't know when to stop. I just started eating and eating and eating. I was like, oh my God, I have access to all this food now. Like, no parents to tell me not to eat. Like, I
Yeah.
wasn't really taught like a healthy relationship, and that it becomes really difficult.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of times growing up, we're very much like shamed because we want to eat, or like what we want to eat, or how much we're eating. So I think that definitely has a lot to do with like where we are now and like our relationship with food. Because, for example, me growing up, I feel like I was eating too much when in reality, I was just eating what a child wants to eat. And I think it was just hard for me to, growing up, to mend that relationship with food. So it's just always been a very unhealthy relationship up until, I started my GLP-1. I started to kind of learn. And I think when I started my GLP-1, it also helped me realize that, you're full, you don't have to eat everything. I don't know what it is, but it's something in the brain, dude. Like, it's just telling me like, you're good. You don't have to keep going. And I think that's something that I really
Yeah.
needed.
Yeah, no, it's like I seriously like the science behind of like why it helps. It's amazing that it really like it reaches those brain receptors and it's like, stop eating, you're full, and like you can stop now. And I think it's just like absolutely like something amazing, and I'm so grateful for it. And I know we probably sound like we're like, sales reps for a GLP-1, but like I genuinely like
Yeah.
love a GLP-1. Like I love it. It's really changed like
I do love it because, I know we've talked about this before, but like we've tried diets in the past that feel terrible and they feel like they're never achievable. I feel like I would try diets and I would still be so freaking hungry afterwards. And I'd feel so miserable
yeah,
that I could only do it for like 2 weeks and then give up because I hated every second of it. And now
yeah.
it's different because I finally feel like I have control of what I'm putting in my body, because I don't feel like I have to eat everything. And it's just like something in my
Mhm.
mind that's just like changed, like Miss
Yeah.
Alphaba said, something has changed within me.
Yeah. And something is just not the same. And I
No,
think
it's
that's
not.
absolutely yeah, I think it's absolutely amazing. So like what have you like do you feel like you've had any like weird food shifts where like, maybe this used to be like a hyperfixation for you and you don't think about it anymore, but now this is your
Yes.
hyperfixation?
Yes, I
Okay.
have. Okay, girl, this is gonna sound really bad. Honestly, it is. I used to crave fast food all the time. I used to crave, a
Huh?
Big Mac, a double
Oh
cheeseburger, a
yeah.
quarter pounder,
Mm.
French fries, a good old Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Oh.
I was always craving that kind of stuff, girl. Because one thing about me, I love me a good chicken strip. I'm not gonna lie. And
Oh my god, a
now
Chick-fil-A chicken strip.
those little chicken ones, yeah, those are good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I don't know what it is, but I don't crave fast food really hardly ever. And when I do crave it, it's like the healthier options. Like, girl, if you have not tried the grilled chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A, a kale salad, and the hot
Oh.
sauce, oh my gosh, that is literally my hyperfixation right now. It is so fire. It's things that like 4 months ago, Chris would be like, Like, you can get full off that. That's a snack. And now I'm eating it and I'm like, I'm full. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
So I used to crave fast food so bad. I would wake up and be like you said, I'd wake up and be like, oh, McDonald's breakfast is about to be over. I gotta run. You know, I gotta blast. And now,
like,
the way McDonald's breakfast had a chokehold on me is crazy.
No, it used to, girl, like, I vividly remember, like, in my prime, like, just, you know, my prime stage of being overweight, man, like, I was waking up, like, I remember I'd wake up with, like, I kid you not, like, 5 minutes left of McDonald's breakfast. I was out that door. I was out that door online. And I was placing that mobile order so they couldn't tell me no.
No, I would go to Taco Bell and I would order probably enough food to feed a whole family. And I would get home and I would eat it. And now I look back and I'm like, Pris, you weren't even hungry. Like, what were you doing?
Yeah. And it's so, like, it's so weird. It's so weird how our brains work. And, like, girl, like, fast food used to be my hyperfixation as well. Like,
yes.
You know, McDonald's hated to see me come in.
Oh, I know they hated to see me come in.
My hyperfixation right before my GLP1 was I would get like a double cheeseburger, I would get like a 6-piece nugget, and I would get a fry, and I'd get like a Coke or like a root beer. Girl, and I would get the ranch and the buffalo. And I would mix the ranch and buffalo together.
Why is that my hyperfixation too, though? I would get the double cheeseburger, and then I would get a chicken sandwich, like the McChicken, and then combine them together.
Oh, isn't that called, what did you tell me? Like a McFuck?
It's like a McGangbang.
Oh, a McGangbang. That's what it's called. I said a McFuck. I knew it was something sexual.
But dude, that was so good. And the fact that I literally have not craved one of those in a minute, like I think Travis brought one home the other night and usually, okay, here's another thing about me. Like Trav would be calling me on his way home. He's like, hey babe, you want anything, you know, to eat? And I'm like, not even hungry. And I'd be like, yes, I want this. Like, I'm going to eat it. I don't care. And, you know, even if I would try to be like skinny and I'd be like, no, I'm good. I don't want anything. Yeah. Like, or he'd come home, right? And I'd try to be skinny and I'd be like, no, I don't want anything. Like, I'm good. And then he'd come through the door with like McDonald's and then I'd like eat half of his food. And it's just like the fact that it's there. So I have to eat it. And now the other day he came in with McDonald's and I'm like, no, I'm good. And I'm literally good. Like, I don't feel the need to want it.
To touch on the fact that you just said the fact that it's there.
Mm-hmm.
That is something that is so like before GLP1 is if the fact that that food was there, I was eating it.
Oh,
it didn't matter if I was hungry. It did not matter if I had just eaten. If I had just had an entire 5-course meal, guess what? If it's there,
it's there. I'm gonna eat it.
Just because it's there. And
like at parties when they have like food lying around the table, I'm snacking on it.
Oh my God, girl. I'm snacking on it. And cake, don't even get me started. When there was like cupcakes or cake and they would give me that little tiny slice, I'd be like, girl.
And I don't even like cake like that, but if it's in my face, I was gonna eat it.
Yeah.
If it's there, gonna eat it.
Right. Like that's, I really love that you said that. I think that's something that like a lot of people can really relate on is it's like, if it's there, like we're going to have to eat it. So,
oh yeah, I would have to, whenever we go out to eat, I remember I got to a point where I realized what I was doing, but I could not stop. So I'd literally like have Travis take the food away from me, like literally move the plate out of my sight. I don't know what it was, but I could not stop.
Yeah, I don't like, I really honestly, like, I would love to know like the science behind it. I mean, like, obviously, like there is some form of like science behind it, right? That like,
I think it has also to do with like, just like how you grew up and like your relationship with food when you were younger. And now I feel like something is telling me it might be like a traumatic thing. And I know that sounds so terrible, but I think it might have to do with that.
Yeah. So like all this talk about like food, like I'm feeling a little
thirsty,
dry. Feeling a little dry.
I think I'm feeling ourselves.
Yeah, I think I'm feeling a hydration check.
With your cup?
Listen, guys, I can't drink out of a straw for 2 weeks. Don't laugh at me.
It's okay. Lips come first. Don't worry. Ew, Tay. Ew. Now, I hope that never happens again.
Slurp? You didn't like me slurping?
I don't like that at all. Oh, yeah, now that we're hydrated, let's keep going. I feel like the great thing, though, about being on GLP-1 and, like, trying to mend that relationship with food is that even though we are on a GLP-1, we can still eat what we love. It's just all about moderations and how you're eating it and what size portions you're eating it in.
So let's talk about like, I want to know like, or I guess I'm going to answer first. I'm going to talk about like something that I like to eat still that's like in moderation that some people would deem like not an amazing food or like whatever. Like I don't really give a shit. Okay, I don't give a shit. I love me a Dairy Queen Blizzard every once in a while. Okay, I love ice cream. I don't know why, like I just really like ice cream. But guess what? Dairy Queen has those new like mini, like they're the really tiny little Dairy Queen Blizzards.
The minis are my jam.
Like, they're so cute. They're tiny and like they're just enough. Like, you know, I don't really have to worry about calories in them. Like they're just my perfect little sweet treat where it's like in moderation. Yeah, and I'll have one every few weeks. But Mother Nature was knocking on my door, and I had one.
You had
2 weeks ago. I had it twice. Yeah, I had it. And guess what?
Mhm.
This morning my lips were hurting, so I had some. But that's something like in moderation that you can like still have. And whenever I do those like what I eat in a day videos, sometimes I'll order like Chipotle or like Chinese food, or like I'll have like dumplings, like something like that. Like anything in moderation like that is normal. And that's what's so important when you're still eating these foods, is you're learning how to have a healthy relationship with them. I just met with a dietitian, and she said something called food neutrality. And I absolutely love that she said that. And she said when you're incorporating foods that are deemed like bad foods, you're establishing something called food neutrality. And basically what that means is there's no really difference between, you know, a piece of broccoli and a slice of pizza to you. It's like food neutrality. So you're hungry, so you're going to eat it. But if you deem these foods like bad foods, what typically happens is we start to crave these foods like more and more. And
Yeah.
so she told me like, don't be afraid with like having a slice of pizza every once in a while, so that your brain kind of turns that into like a neutral like food. It's not
I love
deeming it.
that.
You're the one. Yeah, she said like, I'm the one deeming it as like a bad food. So if
Mhm.
we stop saying those kinds of things and you have those things in moderation, you build a healthy relationship with those foods. And I think that's like so important.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think one of the hardest things that I struggle with is when I do eat something that's bad, I'm automatically thinking in my head, how much weight have I put on ever since eating that?
Yeah.
How much
Mm-hmm.
how backtracked did I get just from eating that? And it's so crazy. It's so crazy because it's like, dude, you can still treat yourself. Like you can still eat what you want, because before, I might have ate like 20 nuggets and now I'm eating like 5. It's just all
Exactly.
in our heads.
Yeah. And that's it. We don't really notice that. Like the difference now is that, like you said, you used to eat 20 nuggets. Now you're having a 6 piece, you're having a 4 piece. And also
Mhm.
the big difference is like we may have a slice of pizza now instead of eating an entire box of pizza, because I know
Yeah.
you've been there, done that, because I have. I have been
Yes.
there, done that. I can sit down with an entire Little Caesars pizza and I will devour all 8 slices, honey.
And
Okay.
I
Like,
kind of, yeah. I want to take a minute just to say, like, if you're listening to this podcast and you are like one of those people that are like commenting on other people's videos of like what they're eating or what they're eating in a day, or like just like them eating in
ugh,
general, and you're leaving like hateful, nasty comments on their videos, like I could never eat that, or like why are you eating that? Girl, leave them alone.
ugh.
Like actually leave them alone, because if you're hungry on a GLP-1, eat whatever you want to fucking eat, and stop leaving nasty comments on videos like that, because if they can eat
Yeah.
that, if they can handle that, good for them. And why is it bothering you so much what they're eating? Like it should not bother you that
No,
much on what somebody's eating. It should not piss you off. And if it does, then you should
no.
probably block them, because I'm going to continue eating what I like, whether you like it or not. So that's all I got to say.
Eggs.
Stop talking shit about somebody else's weight loss journey, because unless you're in their shoes, you have no idea what they're going through.
Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, if like you're on a GLP-1 journey or whatever kind of journey you're on, and you're saying something like, I can only have a protein shake today and I just felt so sick the rest of the day and I don't know how you're eating all that food. Honey, you need to do a lot of reflection, and you probably need to lower your dose, because that's not healthy. That's not okay. You're probably consuming like 200 calories a day, and that's not safe. That's hair loss, that's muscle
No,
loss, that's all kinds of things. That's like,
no, yeah,
so the fact that you're watching someone be able to have like a salad or some Chinese food or like what the hell ever they're eating, and you're saying, oh my God, how do you eat that?
yeah.
Honey, how are you not able to eat that?
Yeah, and also like going back to that, like how do you know that this person on a GLP-1 journey is not, for one, mending their relationship with food, or was so scared to post this video, they took themselves out, or they pushed themselves out of their comfort zone and decided like, hey, I'm going to post this on wherever it might be, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, just to be able to share my journey with other people. And then you leaving that comment could really mess with their heads and put them in a position where they feel like they messed up. They never want to eat that food again, or it just messes up their relationship with food all over again, and then it's a cycle over and over and over again. I know when I first started my GLP-1,
Yeah.
I posted my first ever video of me going to eat hibachi, and I think somebody had commented like, how can you eat that? Like I couldn't even like half of that without throwing up. And I'm thinking to myself, like, did I
Yeah.
just mess up my
Yeah.
whole week because I ate that? And I'm in my head and I'm thinking about it. And the truth is, I was fine. I didn't feel sick. I ate like half of what I normally would eat on a regular basis. It's just like that certain comments will really get to your head. And I just feel like if you're not genuinely supporting somebody on their GLP-1 journey, you don't need to be there for that. And also, like,
Yeah.
there's
Don't
other ways.
comment.
Yeah, there's other ways to like want to help them, right? Like, you don't have to
Mm-hmm.
seem so like rude. You don't have to be so negative. Also, like, if you feel like what they're eating or what they're doing is incorrectly being done, slide in their DMs and be nice about it. You don't have to leave a comment for everyone to see and then like it and then have that person be in their head and feel so shamed about it.
Exactly. Yeah, because I think we touched like on the last episode a little bit about this as well. Is it's like when you start hearing those things, it's like, well, oh my God, like, am I eating wrong? Like, do I need to? Am I not going to lose weight? Do I need to only have a protein shake a day? But, I think what the opposite thing that we're doing here is most of us are already healing from some type of eating disorder. Most of the time, it's like binge eating disorder, and we're trying to heal our relationships with food. And when you're commenting things like that, or you're starting to develop that mentality while you're on a GLP-1 of like, oh, I don't know, I can't eat that. Oh my God, that's like bad for you. You're like, I can't eat that. Guess what you're doing? You're healing from maybe binge eating disorder, but now what you're developing is the opposite eating disorder. And that's not okay. That's
No,
like
it's
not
not.
the end that's not the end result for me. That's not the end result for Pris. And I hope that it's not the end result for most of you that are listening to the podcast, or most of you that are on GLP-1 journeys, is you want to build healthy, sustainable weight loss, and you want this to be a healthy journey. And
Yeah.
EDs in any way, shape, or form is not healthy, and they're not good.
I think that goes back to the whole neutrality thing, right? You commenting and leaving these like very negative comments on somebody's video makes them want to see that food differently. And moving forward, they feel like they can no longer eat that, right? When somebody commented on my video for a little bit, I was like, I should not be eating like fried rice ever again. Like, that's not good for me. I should probably never eat that again. And then I realized, like, girl, you can eat whatever you want. Just don't eat so much of it. Exactly. And that kind of brings me to, like what we're eating on a day-to-day basis. Cause I get that asked so much. Like, I try to post more of what I eat in a days, but sometimes it can be hard, especially whenever you work like a full-time job and, you have to take your lunch to work, or you have to like go get food. I'd love to know, Taylor, what does your meal by meal, breakfast, lunch, dinner look like on a regular day for you?
Oh, okay. So if you watch my videos, you know that every single morning I start my mornings out with a protein coffee. We like to call them proffies if you're on like a health fitness journey. So they're called proffies. So I love me a little proffie. Check out my TikTok for the recipe.
Okay,
period. Period. Some days it depends on the day that I'm having. Sometimes I have lunch. Sometimes I just have dinner. Sometimes I do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I consider like my breakfast to be the protein coffee. So I'll have my breakfast as a protein coffee. If we're having lunch, I typically will have something like some deli meat. I love to do like the chicken apple sausage with like cottage cheese as like a lunch. Like, it's just packed with protein. And it's just super, super good with like some mustard. That's probably like a really good go-to for me. And honestly, a hyperfixation that I've had for months now, I can't get away from it. If you know, it is going to be my chickle sandwich. Okay. It is some chicken tenders with some fucking pickles. And I put that chicken tender in between two pickle slices, and I eat it up. I eat it up.
Girl.
It's so
it's fire. With ranch.
It's, oh my God, with the protein Greek ranch, it's so addicting. It's something that like doesn't make my stomach hurt. It's like just a little hyperfixation that I have right now. And then every night for a snack, I typically will end with like a Built Puff bar. They just taste like a little candy bar to me, and I don't know, it's like a little sweet treat that I give myself, because I still love a sweet treat here and there. So I also really love the Clean Simple Eats protein shakes. I usually will kind of they're so good. They're so good. So I'll usually throw one of those in like throughout the day, like either before or after the gyms.
I love that.
That's what I'm munching on a GLP-1, Pris. What are you munching on?
Yeah, girl. Okay, so for, I think my meal to meal changes a lot because, obviously like I have like an office job, so I try to take as much as I can with me to work. But I always start off my morning with a proffie as well. I don't know if you've ever tried the Javi coffee. I've kind of been on that. It's kind of really fire. It's like a protein powder, and I usually will mix that with my protein drink. So I'll mix that with my Fairlife chocolate one, and I will just drink that. I think like total is like 50 grams of protein. Like, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Dang.
It's pretty fire.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty fire. And then for lunch, it kind of switches up a lot. I have been going with the chicken tenders and pickles. That's my favorite. Greek yogurt and ranch packet. That's fire. If you have not tried that yet, I'm telling you right now, go try it. My favorite are the Tyson buffalo chicken strips. Those are my favorite, my personal ones. I know Tay likes the original, but I love the buffalo ones. They're so good.
Yeah.
Another hyperfixation for me, which is kind of more like a snack, is pretzels and cottage cheese, or pretzels with like hummus. Oh my gosh, something about pretzels, dude. Oh my God, I literally could do anything for a pretzel right now. Like,
you love a pretzel. Yeah, you love a pretzel.
A pretzel hates to see me coming, and I have no shame about that. I love a pretzel. And then right now, my hyperfixation like dinner or like meal is kind of like what's been trending on TikTok, the whole like protein bowl with like sweet potatoes, ground beef, and then cottage cheese and avocado, because I love I love avocado so much. And then you drizzle it with some hot honey. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So filling.
Okay.
And I don't feel gross afterwards. Girl, tell me, I'm telling you right now, if you want to know how to make it, go look at one of my TikTok videos and it's so good.
I wish I liked avocado. I just can't get behind it.
Okay, Tay, I'm going to need you to never say that again.
Okay. Lips sealed, girl. Don't worry.
Lip sealed. And
these filled lips are sealed.
And then for my sweet treat, y'all, if you have not tried the Yasso's like frozen yogurt bars, Tay, I need you to try them right now. Please. You're going to love them.
Okay.
They're so good. My ride or dies are the cookies and cream, but I recently just got the salted caramel ones and I'm so hyped for those. And they're like crunchy on the
alley.
They're crunchy on the outside and they're gluten-free. I'm trying to like stick with gluten-free because I don't think my tummy likes the gluten. But those are gluten-free. I also just tried these new donuts that I found at the grocery store yesterday. I think they were called like, I don't even remember the name. Do you remember the name? I don't remember.
I don't remember the name, but I've actually tried those before. I meant to comment that I've actually literally had those before and they're fire.
They're so good. I think I'm going to look up the name just so I can tell you guys because they were pretty good. I will say they're expensive. I think a lot of healthy food's kind of expensive. I'm not going to lie.
Now, did you find them were they in a fridge?
Yes, they were in the fridge.
Yeah, mine were in a fridge too, which I was like, oh my God, I'm so glad that I found them because
they're really hidden. And honestly, I think that's why I was so drawn to them because I love me a cold dessert.
Oh my God, they're so yummy.
They're called drum rolls.
Like those little like drum rolls.
They have a strawberry flavor now too, which I might try.
The ones that I had were glazed, I think, cinnamon.
No, I need you to get out because that sounds amazing. They were fire. I wish they'd come in a bigger pack. Yeah. But if you have not tried drum rolls, this is like not sponsored at all by drum roll, but definitely try them. They're kind of fire. And they're like
it can be.
I mean, it can be. It can. They're definitely really good, especially if you love yourself a good little sweet treat.
I love that like we've been able to like going from the fact that we were like focused on like eating fast food all the time and like probably never really cooking for ourselves to like having these like healthy hyperfixations or like relatively healthy like hyperfixations. I think that's like so amazing to see that we've made that transformation. I know like a few other things like in our personal lives have like changed a little bit too. Like I know that like you and I have kind of like gotten like pretty like familiar with the gym a little bit. Like obviously like we're gonna have like an entire episode like on yeah, like we're gonna obviously have like an entire episode. Actually, next episode we'll have an entire episode on the gym. But I think this is just something a little bit to touch on is like while we're also building like healthy relationships with food, we're doing other things to like, you know, make our bodies healthy as well on a GLP1. So I know that like you've also started like a gym routine and stuff like that. Like, do you want to touch like a little bit on like how like the gym has been helping you?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I feel like the gym has not only been helping me like physically, but mentally. I think it's such a good place for me to go. And I used to be so scared of going by myself. And some days I still am, especially like when I get there and like see the whole parking lot full, like I'm a little bit shaking in my boots, you know? But yeah. Now I'm like really looking forward to the gym. I feel like it's my place where I can just like kind of get away and just do my own thing. Find a lot of, and I know this is going to sound crazy and you're probably going to be like, girl, what the hell? I find a lot of enjoyment on the Stairmaster. And at first I was very scared of that. I think sometimes I still am, but I think me and her have gotten really close, you know? And I think I don't have to be on there very long to feel like accomplished because one thing about the Stairmaster, girl, you're going to put in work. And so she's going to make you sweat. She sure is. And I haven't like said it to anyone. Y'all are going to be the first person to hear this, but I kind of want to start a new challenge for my own personal growth to where, you know, I started on the Stairmaster for 10 minutes. I'm slowly working myself up to 15. I kind of have been doing 15 for like the past 2 days. And I think every week I'm going to try to add 5 minutes until I get to an hour. And I know that sounds really crazy, but I think that's like a personal challenge that I'm going to try to take on is adding 5 minutes a week to my Stairmaster. And if you don't, you know, already know, I have a whole segment on my TikTok. It's called Get Your Ass Up. I literally wake up every day at 5 in the morning and go to the gym at 6 in the morning. And I'm telling you to get your ass up with me, girl, because we're going to go to the gym. And so that's something that I plan on sharing with everyone. Me attacking the Stairmaster 5 minutes extra every week.
Girl,
because I definitely, we should do it together. What the heck? Yeah, I just think it's like, I think it's something that I want to do just for myself. I feel like I love challenging myself. And I think the Stairmaster is my girl. So I'm just going to do it with her.
Yeah, I'm so glad. I really had like I fallen in love with the gym. I definitely was not as consistent as Pris. I fell off of it for 3 weeks, which is like so normal. Like sometimes you're going to have days where like, you know, like your motivation and stuff like that, like goes up and down. Like we know Ratianas need to rest. Like, you know,
they do. They do. Mhm.
So I think that's what I was doing for a few weeks, but I have been back for the last week now. And I also like, I'm so happy. Like Pris, I remember like when she started in the gym, she was like, "Girl, how do you do the Stairmaster?" I was like, "Girl,
Oh
I'm
my
telling you,
god.
get on it." I'm telling you, Pris, get on it and try the Stairmaster. It's so hard at first. And I think the thing that people get into the issue with is they try to get on that Stairmaster and they start at like 4. You have to start at the Stairmaster at 1 and go slow. And if you're only on there for 5 minutes, guess what? You did it. But the thing about the Stairmaster is you're going to burn like twice as amount of calories as you are on the treadmill. Like I love it so much. It's so much. I feel like I'm doing a harder workout. Like I just absolutely love the
Yeah.
Stairmaster, and so
And
I'm happy
yeah,
that
I
like you
think
fell in love with it too.
yeah, I think it's something that also a lot of people do, including myself. Like we always try to compare ourselves to like other people around us at the gym. Yeah, girl, the girl next to me was literally going up 115 flights of stairs, and I looked over at her and I'm like, oh my god, I'm literally only at 20. But then I'm like, girl, you could have barely done like one a month ago. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Exactly. Like we're so hard on ourselves, but I think we'll definitely we're gonna do an entire episode of the gym. We're gonna do it on like gym anxieties and like overcoming in the
Yeah,
gym and just getting your ass in the gym. So that's definitely we'll do an
yeah.
entire episode next episode hopefully on the gym. But I just think it's great to kind of tie it into a little bit of this episode is that not only does the GLP-1 motivate us to like change our eating habits and like it helps with that, but it also motivates us to change other things in our lives. And I think that's so beautiful about a GLP-1. Kind of tying into the gym episode, which is going to be next episode, I would love, Chris and I would love for you guys to drop some comments or questions in the comments or DM us
Yes.
things that things that you would like us to talk about in regards to the gym,
Yes.
things that maybe what you're most anxious about, what bothers you the most about the gym.
Yeah, let us know because we definitely want to cater that next episode to you guys because me and Tay are not perfect people. We're not like certified like gym rats. Like we know exactly what the hell we're
Yeah.
doing, but we're learning as we go. So we would love to share what we have learned along with you guys. So, if you're wondering like, how do I pick up this weight and like actually use it? Let us know. And if we don't know how to do it, girl, guess what? We'll look into it and we'll let you know. So let us know. I want to go back to the whole like what we eat in a day, meal to meal, mending our relationship with food. Something that I wish I knew before starting a GLP-1 is that you really have to have an app that you can count on, an app that can help you keep track of what you're eating, how much water you're drinking. Because at first, I'm not going to lie to you guys, at first, I thought I could just keep track of it in my head. And I just was like very in denial that I needed an app to help me. No, girl. No, you really need to physically
Hmm.
see what you're doing and putting on your plate, what you're
Yeah.
eating, like all the benefits of it, how much water you're actually drinking. Because in my head, I think I'm drinking like 3, Stanleys when in reality, I've only drank 1. Me and Tay have literally found an app that has quite literally changed our GLP-1 journeys.
Yes, we
And
have. If you do not know what we're talking about, so this app is Vivy. It is Vivy, and we
yes,
are absolutely obsessed with it. Chris and I have been using it for we've been using it for a few months now, and we are absolutely addicted to Vivy. When Chris says that it's like easy and it makes recording and tracking all of your meals easy, we literally mean that. Like you can send pictures. So Vivy has a little AI coach in there. It's your GLP-1 companion, and you can send pictures of what you're eating to the coach and it'll know exactly what you're eating.
oh
You
yeah,
don't even have to tell it what it is. Like it'll literally tell you. Like I love to send my clean simple eats in there. It'll
oh
know
yeah,
immediately. It's like, okay, this is your clean simple eats. This is how much protein it has. This is how much fiber it has. And it'll log it for you. It'll save it in as like your meals. And I think that's so like beautiful that it's able to do that because
yes,
we get lazy. Like being completely honest, like we're going to be lazy on this journey here and there. And I don't want to have to look on the back of this and tell the app, like, there's this many grams of protein in here. There's this
yeah.
many things of this. Like, it gets tiring. It really does.
Well, and I think that's the reason why for a little bit I don't think I was losing as much weight because I was just kind of eating things hoping that it would work. And I think another reason why I didn't want to use a food tracking app was because a lot of these apps you literally have to go step by step and like put exactly how much you're eating,
Ugh.
exactly how much ingredients you used, how many grams are in this. And I'm like, girl, I'm literally on a weight loss journey because I didn't know what the hell I was eating. Like, why do you think I'm there
Right.
now? So having an app that all you have to do is take a picture and then it literally break it down for you has been so life changing and honestly kind of motivating because I feel like
Oh, yeah.
I'm actually doing the right thing. Like I'm actually eating
Yeah.
well, And with the other
Yeah.
apps before, I felt kind of like a dumbass because I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is in here because I'm asking you. So it's like, why
Yeah.
are you gaslighting me?
No, exactly. And also another thing that I think that we truly love is it helps us to track and hold accountability without the toxicness of other apps, if I'm being completely honest. I love that this app does not track calories. I really do. If I'm being honest, it is tracking the important things for us. We're tracking the fiber, we're tracking the protein, we're tracking how many steps we're having in a day, we're tracking how much water we're having. All of the things that are really important on a GLP-1 journey without the toxicity of other apps, like, thinking that I can only have an almond for the day because, oh my God, like, am I going to go over my calories?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't have to see the big thing that's like telling me, like, it's like yelling at me that like I'm about to go over my calories for the day. And I think that's so beautiful about this app is that it allows us to have accountability and to have like a meal, it allows us to have accountability and to have structure without the toxicity. And I think that's truly why we also really love Vivy. So if you guys have not had a chance to check Vivy out, it is available in the Apple App Store. You can download it. Just search Vivy, and it is Vivy GLP-1 Companion in the App Store. And definitely let us know how you like.
We love us some Vivy. So keep us posted on your thoughts,
do.
your opinions. We would love to hear that. And, I just be prepared to be life changed, honestly.
Oh, definitely. Period. Exactly. So I definitely think like this has been a wonderful episode as far as like talking about, what a GLP-1 has done for like our eating habits and also just like being back in tune with our bodies and like finding what works for us and what doesn't work for you, because what may work for me may not work for you, and what works for you may not work for me. And I think that everybody is different and everybody's journeys are different. And, it's just wonderful seeing how this medication is changing us. And I think the best way possible. And it's just that. I feel like this has been a great episode as far as like talking about everything that we like eat on a GLP-1 and how a GLP-1 has really like changed our lives like for the better, because like I'm sure you guys hear that like all the time from like these people on GLP-1s, but like we are just two normal people, and we really mean that like a GLP-1 has truly changed us, and it is allowing us to develop these healthy habits that we haven't been able to do in the past. And I think it's been so amazing.
Yeah, especially, watching yourself grow and just like mending that relationship with food, and also still eating what you love, just learning how to make that change in moderation. Don't be afraid to eat your Blizzard. Don't be afraid to, have chocolate or nerd clusters, because I love
some Chinese food.
Yeah, it's Chinese food. Like, and also don't be afraid to get a little bit of help. Look into an app that really helps cater and really helps you track your journey, track your progress, because like I said, sometimes we need help.
Definitely, if you guys are in the gym or you're looking to start in the gym, like Chris and I said, please leave some comments or some questions either on, Spotify, YouTube, or you can send it via DM on The Dose of It on all social medias.
Yes.
And we would love to hear some comments or, concerns, or like what are your number one anxieties about the gym, because the next episode is going to be gym anxieties and about getting your ass up in the gym. So we are super excited to dive into that. But this has been another very exciting episode of The Dose of It. And just tying in, if you guys are not already following us here on Spotify or YouTube, please make sure that you like and subscribe and give us a follow. We also love to see all of your guys' comments. We genuinely love seeing the comments. Like Chris and I literally, like, we send them to each other and we're like, look what she said, look what they said. Like, it's just the sweetest thing ever. So we love seeing you guys interact, and we just appreciate every single one of you. And thank you again for 1,000 followers on TikTok.
Yes, I just also want to wrap up with that too. Your support never goes unnoticed. Like, we see your comment, we see your like, we see your share, and we really could not thank you guys enough, because when we started this whole podcast, obviously like we went into this with like a whole vision, but you guys truly make it what it is. And this is truly like our gift to you guys, because we love and we care so much about our GLP-1 journeys, and we know what it feels like to be in it. So just like having your support and like your comments and reading them just like helps us just feel like what we're doing is really making a difference. So I just wanted to say thank you for me and Taylor. We appreciate you guys so much, way more than we could ever, put into words. So yes, we're so excited for our next episode. Definitely leave us a comment what you want to hear in the future, not necessarily like next episode, but what is something that you're going through that you kind of want us to touch on, or what is something that you might be struggling with? Let us know. We're here. We're an open book. We're very vulnerable. We're very open and honest with you guys. So let us know.
Yes. Thank you guys again so much. We love each and every single one of you. And I hope you guys have an amazing week. And thank you so much for listening.
Happy Easter.
Oh my God. Yes. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. I hope you guys find the golden egg.
Oh, period. It's up my butt.
All right, we're gonna go. Bye, guys. Bye, guys. No, it's up my butt, bitch. We're gonna get canceled.